Okay, so I need to be upfront with you guys. I strongly dislike baby Pokemon. I think they're useless to the game. Almost all of them are completely unusable in battle, most have really bland, boring designs, and even if you do struggle with leveling them up, it's often not even worth it as its evolution isn't that amazing. It's not like using a Magikarp to get a Gyarados. However, this isn't all negative. In fact, here's a list of baby Pokemon that I actually really like and found beneficial to the games. Yep, that's it. Tyrogue. Tyrogue is actually pretty cool though. Split evolution, a fun evolution method, it actually makes receiving one a pretty fun experience. Sadly, it's the only one. Now then, I do dislike some more than others, so today on Pokemon Countdown, I present to you my 5 most hated baby Pokemon. Starting at number 5, we have a collection of Pokemon, the Johto Trio of Magby, Smoochum, and Elekid. In reality, I actually think they're some of the better baby Pokemon, but the reason I dislike them so much is because I know what potential they could have. See, one of my favorite Pokemon hacks is a game called Pokemon Fire Red Omega, where these 3 Pokemon are the starters, but they were given buffs to their stats and an improved move pool, and were overall just a lot of fun to use, and were actually, well, usable. So basically, I've been spoiled by what could have been and not what we actually got, and unfortunately, these 3 suffered because of that. Next up on the list is the next and last pairing of the day with Cleffa and Igglybuff. Okay, look, it's bad enough that the Jigglypuff line and the Clefairy line are so similar as it is. Same typing, virtually the same move pool, same evolution method. The only really difference is Clefable has somewhat usable stats. Oh, and they come from the same generation. These baby Pokemon just made it worse in my opinion. Out of all 720 plus Pokemon, these might be the most generic, boring designs ever. I mean, they're pink circles. One of them, that's acceptable, but they did it twice. How is that excusable? These Pokemon aren't even related, and that's even more confusing. It's just laziness in my opinion, and I can't support that. Of course, the most popular Pokemon of all time would get a number baby with number 3. That's right, it's Picchu. And you know, Pichu's existence is the reason I'm surprised Raichu didn't get a Mega form. Though, to be completely honest, I wouldn't really be surprised at all if they somehow actually made a Pikachu Mega. Anyways, I think Picchu is one of the 2 Pokemon that made baby Pokemon just as popular as they are. Its inclusion in Smash Bros. Melee only really helped the takeover of this breed. Now, so I won't be completely negative, I will say that I really like the fact that it damages itself in Melee, and it is one of the cuter baby Pokemon. However, at the end of the day, it's still a baby, it is still a huge leader in the baby Pokemon army, and for that, it must be punished. Alright, so this is continuing the theme I've had recently of referencing past countdowns. So in my Hard to Catch video, I told a story about how I had nightmares trying to catch Chimecho, a horrible Pokemon by its own right. How could it be worse? They make a baby form of it. Now, to its credit, I actually prefer Chingling's design over Chimecho, who I just completely hate. Chingling is actually kind of charming in a weird way, but it's connected to one of my most hated Pokemon. Is that a petty reason to dislike it? Yeah, sure, but hey, it's an opinion list, so I can say whatever I want. Besides, how many different ways can I say I hate babies before it gets repetitive? And finally, the number 1 Pokemon on our list, the baby Pokemon that started it all, Togepi. Obviously, they had Generation 2 well into development by the time Togepi arrived in the anime, but I can't help but wonder what impact it had overall. People seem to have fallen in love with this little guy. It could have been the fact that it's a new Pokemon we don't know about, it could be the cuteness, but it's still very popular to this day. Now, it being a baby Pokemon isn't the only reason I dislike it also. Togepi, as well as Togetic, are nearly unusable in my opinion. I love Togekiss, but its pre-evolutions are some of the most useless Pokemon ever. And their introduction to the game is still being felt to this very day, so it could easily get number 1 on my list. But that's all for today's edition of Pokemon Countdown. Now that I've got my passive-aggressive hatred for babysitting out of the way, it's time to work on some more positive videos, and hopefully those will be coming to you guys soon. But until then, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to show your support by clicking the like button down below. Until next time, my name is Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. I hate babies.